And we have the tallest mountain on this island. Good. How many of you know what the name of that mountain is?
Mauna Kea?
Mauna Kea. So on the Big Island, there are a number of districts. Districts are like what you folks are doing here. They're pieces of the island. When you put them all together, they make the Big Island. And they're in different districts. There's a Kohala district, which is up here. The Kona district, which is down here that we live in. The Ka'u district, the Puna district, Hilo district, and Hamakua district. Okay? How many of you have ever been to Hilo? Good. How about Hamakua? How about Waipio? Have any of you been to Waipio Valley?
Oh.
Good. So a lot of the places that I'm going to share, some of you have already been to it. So one of the things I wanted to tell you in Kohala, this is the Kohala area. In this area, there is a place where they say that King Kamehameha was born. Did you folks know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And it's right in this area here. It's called Mo'okina Luakina Hea. It's right here in this area. And I'm going to show you different slides at the end of the different places that I talked about. So in this area we have the Hea where King Kamehameha was born. We have Hapuna Beach. And we have another place called Pololu Valley. Those are different areas in the Kohala area that are pretty popular. They're places that you want to see when you're in that area. As you go down to Kailua, how many of you have been to the palace again? Raise your hand. Good. How many of you have been to the church across the palace? Okuaikawa Church. Good. We live on an island that has a lot of different features, a lot of special places that other islands don't have. And it's really important that we visit some of those places because Miss Yantune and I know people from the mainland come to the Big Island to see all these different areas. So as we head down from Kona and we go down into the Ka'u district, how many of you are familiar with Ka'u or if you've ever been to Ka'u? A couple of you? How many of you have ever been to Ho'okena Beach? Ho'okena Black Sand Beach. How do you like it there?
Good.
Okay. It's a nice beach there. That is one of the favorite beaches to visit because it's not so crowded. A lot of local people like to go there. How many of you have been to the Honaunau National Historical Park? They always have different activities for the people. Have you been there? Okay. That's another area in the Ka'u district. That's a popular area. As we go up to, let's see, the Puna area. How many of you have been to the Volcano National Park? Good. How many of you have been to, let me see, in Hilo, a place called Boiling Pots? Oh, quite a few of you. In the other class, nobody knew where that is. Now, when you go to Hilo, is Hilo rainy or is it wet?
Wet.
It's wet. So different parts of the island, like Kona is the hot side. If you go down here to the bottom where Ka'u is kind of dry. It's a little dry. It can be kind of cool. As you go up to Hilo, Hilo is really rainy. And how can you tell it rains a lot in Hilo? What is?
It's always wet.
It's always wet. What else? Is it green or is it dry there?
Dry.
It's dry. Is it dry there in Hilo? It's green. It's always green. So when we pass Hilo and we go up to Hamakua, one of my favorite places is Waipio Valley.
Yeah.
Why do you think a lot of people like to go to Waipio Valley? What do you think?
It's super pretty and the view off of the cliff.
The view off of the cliff? Why else?
You can camp, and once, when we were camping there, my uncles and my aunties and my mom and my dad found a rope swinging above the river, and one of us, I forget who it was, jumped on it and swung around in this place.
Okay. So Waipio Valley, way back when in ancient times, well, Waipio Valley had a little village, and in that village they grew a lot of food that the Hawaiian people ate. And one of the things that they still have there is kalo or taro. So if you ever go down there, you'll see a lot of those kalo patches, and a lot of schools go down there nowadays. They take their kids down there because they want their children and students to be connected and learn about their culture. Even if you're not from Hawaii, it's important to learn about your culture. And that's one of the things Hamakua is really well known for, is Waipio Valley. It's a popular place for tourists to visit. It's a popular place for locals to visit. And what I'm going to show you now is different pictures of the different places that I showed you. But I wanted you to see something. How many of you, let's see, how many of you have ever been to Mauna Kea when it's been snowing? So tell me if you know of any place where you can snow up a mountain, come down the mountain, and go surfing at a beach. Do you know of any other place like that? And then drive to volcano and see a live volcano. That's what makes the Big Island different and unique from everyone. You have volcanoes that you can see. And I was told, someone told me this, that if you collected all the other Hawaiian islands, they could fit on the Big Island. That's how big the Big Island is. It could fit all the other islands. If you were to look at the islands from the top, from a helicopter, this is what you might see. We just live on the tip of the islands, but if you look underneath, Big Island is a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. We're just living on the tips of it. This is Hapuna Beach. This is one of the areas that I talked about. That's a popular place to visit. This is where they say that King Kamehameha was born. This is in Kohala. Okay? Another place is Pololu Valley. If you go to Kohala and you drive all the way to the end of the road, this is what you'll see. You'll see Pololu Valley. The Palace. This is a place we all should be able to see. It's only 10 minutes away from our school. This is Pu'uhonua Honaunau Historical Park. A lot of you said you went there. This is Hokena Beach. This is a favorite local beach. This is Green Sand Beach. How many of you knew we had Green Sand Beach here? I have never been there, but I've heard about it. This is Punalu Back Sand Beach. See, these are all different things we have on our island that we need to see and appreciate. This is Kilauea Volcano. This is the Ahu Lanui State Park and Hot Springs. It's a pool that stays warm. It stays warm from underneath from the heat, and then the water comes in. This is Kaumana Cave. This is a place in Hilo that's close to the Volcano National Park. This is boiling pots. 7 to 8 pots, when they fill up with water, it looks like they're boiling over into the next hole. Waipio Valley. Waipio Valley. Mauna Kea. So I want to thank you so much. What I want to leave with you is we have a 3-day weekend coming up. And I know some of you do things with your families, but I really want you to appreciate all the different things on this island that we have. Because someday, like Mrs. Iona, you may move away, and it's not until you move away that you appreciate what you have in your island. So if you're in the national park, or you're by Hamakua, down in Kona, remember to visit some of these places, because they're unique, and that's what makes our island unique. Okay? All right, thank you, you guys. Appreciate your time.